We've made a wrong turn, and Courtney and I have gone skiing for the weekend, but looks like we're trapped up on a chairlift, and they seem to be turning off the lights. This is the Wrong Turn Podcast. Hey, Courtney.
Ah.
Long time no see, literally.
Yes, video and all.
Yeah. So we are in it again, and we are back. And saying, you know what? If you guys just think of it as we took a little of a hiatus, then that's what we did. But we're back, and it's
Life.
the Christmas season. And today's episode, we're going to be doing 2010's cult classic Frozen, not Frozen, which it's going to be the title of the movie.
Not the Disney princess movie.
Not the skiing movie, not the Hong Kong movie, but so yeah, looking this movie up, I realized there's a Asian film called Frozen, which, to not get too sidetracked right away, the premise is a girl takes a new job at a lab facility where she uncovers a chamber and accidentally awakens a cryogenically frozen a patient who just turns out to be the mother of the girl who woke her up. And then they go looking for that girl's father because now the girl and the mother are the same age, right? And now she's going to help the mom look for her boyfriend, who's technically this girl's biological father. Not bad.
Okay.
Not this movie.
A little a little Back to the Future-y, but
yeah.
Frozen.
I was like, okay. Pretty good. That sounds like that's bonkers on paper. That's not this movie though, but that's bonkers on paper. I dressed for the occasion, Courtney.
You did.
Oh wait, hold on a second. I have to turn.
Wait,
this
what's
off.
the temp in Miami? How's your winter temps? It was almost 80
It's
degrees.
79 degrees outside right now.
Same here in LA. It was like hot today.
Oh, there might have been a lot of noise right now, but the noise might have cut out now because I might sound better because I had a fan going on.
Did it feel like 2010?
There's something about the writing in this movie that is just a time capsule of the time.
That script that brought me back to
not the worst script, because right. Like there is some, like, the script is not bad. Like, it does feel like a little bit like of a Kevin Smith, inspired Clerks knockoff a little bit, which I didn't hate.
Yes. And that I wouldn't even say the acting's bad. I don't think they're bad actors, but I don't know what it was with the mix of the script and the timing. Not sure. Is that bad? But I mean, let's start with the premise. I love to get ahead of myself. Let's try to keep it consistent.
Frozen 2010, we have stranded on Mount Holliston. As night falls, a trio of snowboarders must find a way to escape the mountain before deadly cold sets in. Great on paper. And that's a tight, concise synopsis. It stars Iceman, Airbud, and one of the sisters from Walking Dead.
Yes.
And that's what I'll be referred to.
Okay. That's her referring to her. She's also in one of the Final Destination movies. And funny enough, this movie gives a little bit of Final Destination. There's I just mean the little nuances of is something gonna break? Ooh, that kind of thing.
There's a little bit of horror Easter eggs, and this also movie connects to other horror movies. She's Emma Bell Parker. Walking Dead is, she was in Walking Dead. She was also in Hatchet 2. She's also in, like I said, Walking Dead. She might have done some other horror stuff.
But
Kevin
most famously,
Zegers, Airbud.
Both know her from Walking.
Yeah, she was in there for a while. Kevin Zegers was in one of our seminal movies, Wrong Turn. I think he was in part 2 as one of the stoners that gets killed off. And there's even Kane Hodder's in this for a small second. He's the snowplow guy. We have Jason is in this movie. So I'm just
I did not realize that was Kane Hodder.
There's a weird, this movie kind of has little bits here and there. Yeah.
This movie, I think, rules. I do really like it. I do.
We've talked about this movie a lot over the years.
We bring it up because we infamously love a one set movie for the most part. Most of the movie takes place in one set just because That's just, like, smart filmmaking, man. Making movies is tough.
Well, it and it has to stand on the script, and the script is a little, like I said, it's a little dated, but, like, it's still kind of, there's some parts still hold up, and it's mostly dialogue based, and with, the natural horror parts sprinkled in, like, yeah, 100%, 100%.
And then, of course, it's filled with, like, the classic, "Well, what would we do?" Like, "Well, we would have done it better, right? Surely,
Even better.
we could have done this best, and we'll tell you right now."
This is basically a dual survivor episode.
Mm,
Fucking love that show where it has the military guy and then, the basically desert shaman who always go out in these scenarios and get stuck out of the middle of nowhere, you know? And it's just like, yeah, exactly. What would you do? I mean, like I would like to think at least if I would have jumped off the chairlift, I would have had the wherewithal to tuck and roll, you know?
yeah,
'Cause I'm
yeah,
pretty sure that's what did him in.
yeah. Turn into a ball, honey. Come on. Do your best. You're going
Be
to break something, you're going to, but it didn't have to be that brutal, but, that wouldn't make a great movie.
because, I mean, like, I've never been in a chair, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, I've never been skiing. Have you been skiing before?
Yeah, I love snowboarding. I haven't been in a few years, but I'm the snowboarder, yes.
So, we're gonna refer to you, you're gonna be our mountain
Okay.
resort expert right now. But, like,
Sure.
when you're going up the chairlift, there's some parts, like, you might get close to the mountain, right? So,
Yes,
some of the
yes.
jumps might be, so then, like, it's hilly, right? So, like, they just happen to be
Exactly.
stuck in the, yeah,
In a
in a really
really
high
unfortunate
point.
spot. Yeah. Because, yes, of course, there are parts because we've all had a thought, that's the thing. We've all had a thought. When we're on the chairlift, like, going up the mountain, we're like, "Yo, I could jump off right now and just start going down." But you don't do it because it's fucking dangerous. But yeah, it's obviously this movie is just a series of miss or, like, unfortunate events as to why they get trapped on the ski lift. They're enjoying their day at this mountain where they didn't pay to get in. So first of all, that's like their first little conundrum. They sneak in by Parker, the girl, sneaks them in by flirting with the guy that's working the chairlift and pays him $100 as well. And then, he finds out that she's bringing in 2 dudes because one's her boyfriend and one's the boyfriend's, like, best friend.
I mean, like, I'm trying to think, like, $100, 2010, not a whole lot of
100
money, not a whole lot of money, but, like, I'm like, if I'm that guy, maybe I have a side business and I'm just like, anybody wants to come in for $100, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But he also did think maybe it was a group she said it was a group of girls. So, it's like, "Oh, maybe some
Yeah.
girls I could flirt with for the day and the mountain, and who knows?" And then, obviously, it's her boyfriend and, the boyfriend's best friend. He's just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But then at that point, he's like, "Whatever, $100. Have your day."
In very 2010 fashion, they were like, "Well, because you're a girl, that's why you have to do it because he's obviously gonna dig you." Da, 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 da." And I'm like, it's like 2010. We weren't past this part.
We weren't yet, because if that were today, we'd all be, like, staring at each other and be like, "Okay, who do we think this
Yeah,
guy is gonna wanna fuck?" Like,
you know, it would have been great if they turned it around and be like, "No, I'm not into ladies. I would want
yeah,
one of
all
those
of that.
dudes."
Like, "Wait, who's your boyfriend?" And they would've been like, "Yay!"
What was it? Yeah, like 2010, like, yeah, we
Good
weren't
times.
past that. But in these characters' defense, I feel
Mm,
like this is the only cardinal sin in a movie horror trope logic that actually happens, right? Which isn't
for them.
even that big of, like, a horror movie.
No.
Like, is this the moral of the movie? Always pay for your ski lift tickets, everybody.
Honest. And buy your tickets or this will happen to you. That's what your mom tells
I
you?
was like, yeah, like, so this is just kind of like wrong place, wrong time. These characters didn't really do anything horrendous. They're not awful people, so we don't relish in, their demise or their misfortune, We're just kind of like
No. They're
So we
young.
sympathize. Yeah, we
You
sympathize with them,
just
and we're kind of in it for a very tense ride. Yeah.
yeah, because what I gathered from it, because I don't remember what year or last time I watched this, but now watching it, it was more of like me seeing like, college kids pretty much and being like, "Oh, look at that young love," and then, like, not really knowing how to communicate great, and it's just, oh, and you just there's like yeah, like you said, you don't think they're villains, you are rooting for them. It's like and they're almost, like, innocent, like, "All these kids, just what?" Like,
I'm trying to think. Okay, so let me see here. This guy, Iceman, was 46 now. So would have been 15 years ago? Yeah, he would have been fucking 30 when he filmed this. Because you were talking about college kids and then
well,
just be
that's
all
about
young.
you get,
No,
right?
100%.
Yeah, yeah, I was
You're
like, he
right.
might have sure, yes, he was 30, but I mean, yeah, we're thinking these guys are, like, 20, 19, 20.
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. They're like maybe second, third year of college. 100%. Yeah.
Yes. Because Parker and Air Bud are in a relationship, and then the third wheel is Animorphs. That's just what we're gonna call him now. And,
Perfect.
like, that's kind of the energy. He feels third wheel, like, "You took my best friend," like, that kinda thing, which is such an immature conversation to have when you're that age, and that's fine, that's what happens.
If you're gonna talk shit about somebody, this is fair fair point. Like everybody, if you're gonna talk shit about somebody, make sure that they are not in the room or that you could always see the door in case they walk in. Because this actually happened to me not too long ago. I was
You're talking
chatting
shit?
with a no, somebody was talking shit about me, and I caught them when I walked in the room because I just had a conversation with them, and then when I walked, what like I had left and walked back, and then literally as I walked back, this person has their back towards the door, and I heard them what they were saying to two other people, and I was like, "Oh, really? Okay, cool." Dead to me. You're dead to me. I'm like
Did you
our
say anything
friendship
out
is
loud, or were you just, like, in your mind, you're like, "And this person is erased." Did
no,
you say
no,
anything?
this person no, 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 I didn't say anything, but they saw me walk in, they just immediately zipped up, and I'm like, and I know that because they were literally repeated the last thing I just said to them. They're just like, "Edgar just said this thing," as a joke, obviously, and just joking around because I thought we had that kind of relationship, but dead to me. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So Iceman is talking to Airbud and he's talking shit about Airbud's girlfriend. Thought this was our time, bro. The mountain is our thing. And I'm just
Magic
like, dude, yeah,
love story.
they just wanted to bro it out. So before we had started the episode, Courtney had mentioned that she hadn't seen many things because she was deep in the trenches of the Animorph TV series that ran for since 1998 to 1999, and we were both kind of like Animorph book fans. Well, she just discovered this show was made or existed, and
I didn't
it
know it
uh,
was a TV show.
it starred, fucking Iceman here. Fucking what the fuck is this guy's name? Joe Ashmore, John Man. What the fuck's
What's the character's
Sean
name?
Ashmore?
That's
His
a
name was Jake.
actor's name. Okay.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so the friend, yeah, well, that's how I got there. I was doing my research, Edgar, and, like, we were talking about recording, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to, like, get in some Christmassy stuff, like, for horror," you know? I always kinda start with Tales from the Crypt. I love the Christmassy episodes there, but as soon as I started doing my research for this, I found out that Animorphs was a TV show because this guy, what our lead friend actor here, is, one of the leads in Animorphs TV show, and I was beside myself. I did not know there was a TV show. It's so silly.
I
Fantastic. It's on Tubi. Everyone go check it out.
no, I was big into the books because of the
I like the
art,
books. I didn't know they'd made a TV show.
and I was into them, and I watched some of the TV show, and I'm pretty sure I had a crush on one of the girls, and I'm like looking at I don't remember any of this, and I'm like looking at photos of the characters, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this was the kid that got stuck as a bird." And I don't know if he had mentioned this in the podcast before, but I did listen to like a history another podcast on the history of Animorphs, and apparently like it goes something like 30, 40 books deep, and it gets really, really weird with like basically these kids have been recruited into some sort of intergalactic war fighting these aliens to try to take over, planet Earth. And it's just about like how these kids have to deal with, making these really, really awful decisions because they're basically in a war to save the race. And I'm just like, that's awful.
It is
That
awful.
is fun. That is basically like kind of like an Ender's Game sort of a thing where they were fighting a real fucking war and what toll that takes on them. That's kind of crazy
Well,
for a kid's
that
book, for a
that
Scholastic's kid book.
because you know what, guys, in the TV show, they just solve fun adventures and turn into animals along the way.
Yeah, in the TV show, these rapscallions are just like, 14, evil aliens from doing,
Yeah.
bad,
Well, the aliens
ill.
give them the
Yeah.
power to animorph, and then they start working with the aliens.
Well, yeah, these aliens want to fight the other. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we digress. Yeah, watch
Yes.
the.
So, but because we always ask each other, we like to cover things that we've watched, over this time. And I was like, I got nothing but like Animorphs. Then you just laughed at
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen a whole lot. I've seen a couple things. I've seen more. I think I've seen like more, like little things here and there. A couple
me.
horror
Yeah.
things. Actually, I just want to know how many episodes of this show was and like how far did it
It's two
actually get.
seasons. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many. I think there's like what 12 episodes in a season, so all up 24
The
seems correct.
oh yeah, you look, yeah, 100%, 2 seasons. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. The 3 years to see all. The I do know that there is a couple of articles written about the artist that created all the artwork for Animorphs and how he was just using very dated, not very dated, but very like at this point very dated like computer graphics work to make all these very memorable. It's not the best composed artwork.
Yeah, but they're memorable,
They are very memorable and it's
right?
kind of
In
cool. Yeah,
that
no.
middle of like when they're human into whatever they're morphing into, there's like a good section of hilarious. It's I don't know, it's
Okay.
fantastic. Like the
Okay, so here we
middle.
go. No, no, yeah, it was very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, I think it's either BuzzFeed did it or one of those news outlets had done it on it because it's just like pay respect to something that we all grew up with, but we all remember, but we might not recognize. So the first season had 20 episodes, and the second season had 6 episodes because we know that was all killing us, and we all had to know now. This is
So that's why the second season wasn't very long.
yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so back to the
Back
movie.
to the movie. I mean, Animorphs was a fun little side, but back to Frozen. Back to being stuck on a chairlift.
Oh man, after dinner and making a ass out of himself,
Gotta do one
Iceman convinces Airbud, gotta do one more run. Let's go. These bunny hills are like actually I've like I said I've never fucking skied, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, look, there is I'm not joking. There's a magic to that shit. It's so much fun. It's so much fun, especially like at night. So I do get it. Like we gotta go one last run, man. We gotta go hard.
That's cool.
It's fun.
Yeah. The so one more time and it's a series of unfortunate events, they get to convince the guy that it goes on one more run, but he's closing it up because
Weather.
the weather's looking bad. That alone, you should have been like, call your day, but you're young and you're impetuous and you just want one more
I just
run.
also want to note though, it's the same chairlift guy that they gave $100 to. And that's fine. I understand we're not paying another actor. But I just thought this guy, I just really didn't like, dude, use some better judgment. And be like, no, you fucking twerps. Like, you get out of here. I already let you snowboard pretty much all fucking day. Free.
Like, yeah, he's saying like you only did it 3, 4 times or whatever. That's all you got in 3, 4 times, really? Like,
Yeah.
fucking would have expected like 10 or something. Like, on top of that, he let you on once for $100. He does not have to let you on ever
Yeah.
again. Like, he could have easily just been like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he does play that. He's just like $100, 100 what money? What the fuck you
Yeah.
talking about?
He's like, "What do you,"
Like
he's like, "That never happened."
nothing in his contract says he has to let you on repeatedly. Like you find your own way up the fucking mountain, kid. Whatever. And also, like you said, use better judgment as a fucking middle-aged man now and with a sense of responsibility. I also like to think that I was just like, no, somebody's gonna get hurt. You guys have to fucking stay. The weather.
Weather. Weather.
What?
No. Go home. Well,
100%.
look what fucking happened.
Roll
Edgar.
credits.
So whatever, he lets him up. He lets him up.
I always knew something was gonna happen when they were just talking for too long. Any time in this movie where they're just going on for like they go on for like a little bit, maybe like a little bit of banter, maybe like a small monologue, and then when you can always feel like a second monologue starting after the first monologue, and then all of a sudden you can just something
Mhm.
would happen in the background. I
And
forgot
you're
what
like,
the fuck they were talking about. Iceman was
'cause it's
talking
not
about something or other.
important.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's just to
it's
keep you
not.
distracted.
I'll say they do deliver a, I would say, a beautiful, eerie shot of when they are sitting on the chairlift and each light goes out one by one, the tunk, tunk, tunk behind them until the one in front of them goes out. And then they like truly, because that's like truly the intro where they're like, we are panicking. They forgot. They forgot that we're
You
up
know,
here.
well, they get stuck for a second, and then they start talking. Then they get comfortable. Be like, It'll start in any second.
Yeah.
We'll get to
Because
the fucking
chairlifts do
top of the
stop.
mountain.
That's the joke. There's a joke in there. Chairlifts do stop from time to time, and it's like, oh, who the fuck fell off in front? Like, because they have to stop it so people don't just barrel over you if you do fall. But that's that joke that they make in the beginning when they're like doing their runs. They're like, oh god, who fell off? Because chairlifts will stop from time to time because people do have bad exits, and then yes, they have to stop it. Otherwise, it'd be a really bad accident waiting to happen.
Fucking safety. Like this chairlift guy was trying to do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then this is where the movie really sets in, and we're only about like 22 minutes into this movie.
I love
So
that.
we've kind of
Love a movie
I feel like
to
we've
move.
padded it out longer than this movie did to get to the real crux of the fucking movie. And then this is where just kind of shit starts to unravel. Like, and this is where the fear starts to set in and the kind of like unsettling nature of like, well, fuck, literally stuck in the middle of the air. What the fuck am I going to do? Like it's cold and fair. Also, for a little asterisk, what would Courtney and Edgar would have done, I was like, your best chance of survival was probably to react right away and not to fucking wait a fucking day to try to do something.
There is, if I got that this you and I are there, I am reacting immediately. There is like I am not like, "We should just wait," and someone I was like, "The lights are fuck off?" No.
Lights are off.
We
And
are
after that,
bouncing the
100%,
shit out of that thing so it falls. I don't know.
100%. Like, I mean, also, like, after your first hour, you're like, I would lose my mind. I would have had to have done something. Like, I wouldn't,
Yes.
you know,
I also think hypothermia is more of a issue than they make it seem in this movie, but I don't really know if that's like we need to get there, and that might just be like a continuity thing with like how the makeup is done with how long they're sitting out there, you know what I mean? You don't get the effect that they were ever that cold, in my opinion, and it's, very cold on a mountain,
you were
even
you
on a
were
nice
right.
day.
And reading the script, apparently, or reading not the script, reading some of the notes or the trivia for this movie. Apparently, the director Adam Green, who went on to do Hatchet 2 after this, had never been to a ski resort until he actually started filming this movie. So maybe he didn't know how fucking cold it was. But I think you are 100% correct because they do a little bit of frostbite with Parker. And I guess, spoiler alert, guys, we haven't gotten to that part of the movie, but Parker ends up losing her glove when she was moving around or something. I forgot what the fuck.
She was,
And
like, smoking a cigarette at some point, and she took her glove off, and it fell, I think.
yes, and then she threw away her cigarette, which fucking defeated the purpose of smoking a cigarette. The so
That moment, I would and I don't smoke.
she would have lost her fucking hand. I feel like after a day,
Mhm.
like not to mention that, right? Maybe, like you said, maybe it wasn't as cold, But after a day, she even gets her hand stuck to one of the railings because it's so fucking cold. And the moisture from her hand basically got stuck to the railing. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, which also I thought would have been actually would have been a kind of cool addition. Parker ends up losing her fucking hand. Of
Yes.
course, she's not gonna climb down anyway, right? So like that would have been a great,
They're
great.
definitely like, you definitely could have solved that cheaply too with makeup. Trying to but more of a I got no hand, that too.
So, hey, it was
But
Mother's Day
even,
invention
like,
of all
the
cream.
frostbite effects, I'm like, "Girl, girls and boys, you're gonna look way more fucked up than they did."
All right, yeah. So
And
you're
they're
saying
funny
like
for
the whole
thinking
freezer burn she had on her, like the freezer burn she had on her face. You said it would have been like a lot more.
it would have been darker red. It would have been a lot heavier than what it was, yeah, for sure. For sure. It would have been like a burns, darker, like, more than that,
She also
and
would have got a sunburn, right? So she
her
would have.
hands probably would have been almost black, if not exactly gone, you know what I mean? Like losing a hand. And they're so hilarious that they thought that they could stay up there for a week, if that was, like, worst case scenario. They're hilarious.
Get the you can survive
"We
because
might be
of
up here until
my
the weekend,
diligent
guys." What?
because doing
That's
my
why I'm like,
diligent homework. Yeah.
nobody reacted. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I would have legs broken, like, rolling down that mountain. Like, we're not sitting up here.
Okay, fair. Okay, so since you are our ski res- ski ski resort correspondent, were the wolves, do you think, an accurate portrayal of a dangerous element in the movie? Like do really like the ski resorts close down, then all of a sudden like wolves come out
Wolves
to
come
fucking
out.
play? Do they warn you about like I figured like people would have been skiing this mountain so much that the wolves would have
Wolves
moved to the
would
next mountain.
yeah, they wouldn't. No, yeah. So that is a little unbelievable in wolf nature now. I don't know, yeah, it's a hard sell for me, but, like, it's also okay. I do understand it. It wouldn't be foreign. Like, if someone's like, "Oh, yeah, the wolves were up there that night," I wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's unheard of." It would be like, "Okay, yeah, that's scary." But it would be kind of odd. It would be. I would feel like you'd be more likely to see a bear than a wolf.
Okay. Expensive. Bears are expensive.
Bears are
For
expensive.
what I get for one bear, I could get, four wolves, you
Or
know?
wolves. Yeah. But I mean, don't fuck with wolves though. That's not like an do not fuck with a wolf. That ain't a dog.
The the all right.
Her portrayal of good. I think the wolves were brutal and that is accurate.
No, yeah, the man. Airbud is our first victim, unfortunately. They've been out there. I think it's still the
Oh,
first
okay. So
night.
they've been sitting outside
And
for like a 2 hours and then Airbud goes, I'm gonna do something about it.
isn't it ironic that we call him Airbud and he's the one that fucking breaks his legs jumping? He jumps off the what is it, ski chair? What the fuck, a chairlift?
Ski
Chairlift.
chair, ski lift.
And breaks his legs awfully because it just like but also like I like to say like, oh yeah, he would have duck and rolled, right? Or tuck and roll, like maybe that would have been the easiest thing. But like maybe you would have been sitting there so long that like maybe your legs would have fallen asleep. Like it's not the most comfortable chair. It's not meant to be, you're not meant to be sitting there for a long period of time. And maybe like your mobility is already limited and I know you're cold as shit and you might be really, really stiff. So you're not really thinking about how you're gonna fall, or maybe he couldn't angle himself properly. So he falls straight down and just wrecks the lower part of his legs. And they just seems like his bottom part of his legs, his shins just ruptured through his kneecaps, which was like Courtney said, fucking brutal.
Brutal.
Not to mention that afterwards he can't move, or he seemingly can't move. And what I think what they left out of the movie, not what they left out of the movie, but I feel like what they could have added to the movie to add it to the is like eventually his blood is going to start to freeze, and which is gonna limit his mobility even fucking more. But we didn't even get to that because we get a nice introduction to our friends the wolves after this, and which do a great fucking job and just add the whole element of you are so fucked right now. There's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go. And this is this part in the movie though, I do want to give Airbud his credit. This is when I was like, no, no, no. these are some pretty good actors. I'm enjoying this. Like, um, because he knew. He was like, "I'm fucked." He's like, "I'm fucked. No one's saving me." No, like, he's like, "No,"
Air
like, he knew.
Airbud kind of like takes it on the chin. He's just like he. It goes on for a little bit. Iceman tries to. Oh yeah, it's funny. Iceman. Yeah, Iceman tries to shimmy across the cable. He comes back because he realizes that the wolves are going to eat his friend, and he doesn't want Parker to see her boyfriend get eaten, which is kind of a nice concern.
No,
And
I'd be
then
like, "Edgar,
Airbud,
please
like it,
keep moving across the thing to get to the ladder. That man's dead. So sad. Too bad."
like you said, Airbud takes it on the chin, and he's just like he accepts his fate, and he's just like, "Don't let my girlfriend watch. They're gonna eat me." He also doesn't put up much of a fight.
No.
We
How can he?
also, I feel like we are survivalists here on the wrong term. I feel like we would have put up a little bit better of a fight.
With wolves?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. There was like maybe 10 wolves, you know.
10 wolves, 2 shattered legs. I'm with Airbud. I'm going, "I'm out. I'm out. This is it. I don't know any further in this situation that I could do unless all the wolves decided to take pity on me and just walk away." You don't get
Yeah.
out of that situation. There's no way. It
No,
was
no, no.
brutal.
No, there's not.
That's what I mean when I was brutal. I was like, "Nope, that there was 0 chance
I
that
mean,
character was surviving."
the pain must have been like I can only imagine the pain would be excruciating to break both your legs and just try to crawl with two broken shattered legs. I can only imagine like that would be
Yes, even seemed to be like, even if adrenaline, I don't know, could made you even attempt to try to make your way down the mountain with 2 shattered legs. You wouldn't have made it, you would have bled out, you would have died along the way. Like, there's just that's what I keep saying, I'm like, "It was so brutal." Like, there's that was it for this guy.
by far the best. Yeah, by far the best like accident and death for sure, for sure. This is all right. All right. So then like all right, also is that cable really like razor sharp? Like where they're like, hey, you can't climb that cable because it's super sharp and like it's gonna tear through your gloves, kind of a fucking deal. Like, is that really
I
a thing? Like, oh shit.
I just have correct information about how sharp those cables actually can be. I don't know.
Let's
I
ask
would
Google.
it sounds right, but based on what you've said about this director or whatever, writer who did 0 research, I don't know. Never been to a mountain. It's like, got a great idea for a movie though.
No, oh, is it a okay. I mean, it could have been a thing. It sounded like it was a thing. I was like, yeah, maybe it would prevent people from climbing it. But from I mean, AI overview in fucking Google. No, chairlift cables aren't inherently razor sharp. And I didn't even have to write that sentence because it finished it for me because I guess several people have already fucking asked. And there's a subreddit
There's a
fucking chat
goddamn
about
subreddit.
because yeah, that's actually really really funny. Which and then there's just been several people being like, well, why the fuck would it be sharp? It's a bunch of wires bundled together. Like the only way it would be sharp is if it was fucking broken. Which I also was just like, yeah, like why would it be fucking? But then again, like suspend disbelief like yeah maybe I don't know shit about fucking chairlifts like maybe they have a there's a particular cable wire that is sharp on one side. I don't fucking know. But so back to what would Edgar and Courtney would have done easily then would have fucking shimmied from one chair to the other to get to the fucking tower to climb down the fucking
Yes.
ladder and then end of movie roll credits. Courtney saves the day.
Yay. Or like obviously, okay, yes, that would be our answer because now we know, yes, we would climb it. Or I was thinking, just bounce the shit out of that thing so the chair falls, but I don't think it would. You'd have to probably do that a lot. I don't think that's actually really logical. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that I would risk a fall, but I wouldn't go feet first. I think I would be more willing to just kind of fall on my side, but then you risk a lot with a fall. But in that moment, I wouldn't want to be sitting on that fucking chair, so I probably would. The point is being is I would take immediate
It
action. I
also
would have
could
action. I'd be like, we are gonna devise a plan and we're getting the fuck out of here. Maybe I need to come in without my camera on. I'm
Okay.
having technical difficulties,
Okay, but
clearly,
you were able to click
and I
on
don't
your.
know
Well, how
why.
about this? We'll try to. It's always something over here on the Wrong Turn podcast.
It's always yeah, we're always making wrong turns.
We'll zip line. Hey, hey,
Zip
let through
line.
the rest.
Yes, yes. Thank you for your patience, Edgar. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. You've always put up with a lot of like. I've always gone through a lot of
'Kay,
technical
let's
difficulties
zip
on
through
this
it.
side.
Alright, alright, alright. So, Parker and Iceman, they gotta get out of here.
So, like I said, we would have now knowing what we know now. You were saying you would have jumped off. And apparently that's also what fucking happens. Like I guess maybe the tension of somebody sit or three people or two people sitting on that fucking chairlift for a long period of time, the chairlift starts to fucking fall apart on them, which isn't really fucking clear because all you see is like a bolt hanging off. And I'm like, how the fuck is that even held together? No fucking idea. But you can sort of believable because you're like, I guess something's loose there, whatever. You know, but she's in the midst of maybe falling off. And yeah, that would have been your plan right there, you know, falling off. But what I will say, what I do know about snow is that after like like it isn't fresh powder. So like another reason why Airbud broke his legs was that
Mhm,
shit was probably
mhm.
hard as a.
Yeah, oof.
So like falling, like I said, react quickly. Like maybe would have been much softer, you know, initially at the beginning of your ordeal, not 2 days in. I do like it. Man, I just keep thinking that her hand should have been black. That's all I keep
I
thinking
know.
about.
It
And
would have
then
been a good touch, too.
yeah, 100%. That would have been easy enough to do. Paint it black, whatever. She can't use her fucking hand. I do like the additional touch that Parker keeps getting fucked up and has a bunch of face scars or face
Mhm.
lacerations from cold burns and or frostbite, and then like the chairlift falls on her after she jumps and try narrowly makes it out alive. Like now her
On her
legs fucked
legs.
up. Perfect. So she can't even walk down the fucking mountain. She has to fucking slide.
She does it, though. She does it. Oh, and
Mhm.
along the way, though, she sees because Iceman attempts to, like, sit on a snowboard and, like, kinda snowboard his way down after he gets himself down, which is, I guess, smart. I don't know. I thought you could've whatever. I would have tried to put on the snowboard, but maybe he couldn't with the ski boots. I guess I do understand that. Ski boots are they're a lot different than snowboard boots. But then his fate is also the wolves.
I was less like, I thought I remember this movie differently. I don't know. For some reason in my head, I must be remembering a different fucking movie. I totally thought I have to check out if there's a different release of this fucking movie. I totally thought that
She didn't
fucking
make it.
I thought she didn't make it either. I
Okay,
totally
so
thought she got. Yeah, I remember this movie
we have the
differently. We
same
can
thought.
well, in an alternate reality, I guess I also thought Iceman went down the mountain, and as he was going down the mountain, he accidentally hit a tree and was fucking decimated, and then was eaten by the wolves. I could be wrong. Maybe,
Cool.
like so it's just not the wolves every fucking time, right?
'Cause you don't even get Iceman's death. You just get a bloody
Yeah.
body.
I get it. Budget cuts. That's fine. Or budget,
Oh, for
right?
sure, I
Whatever
understand.
you could do.
But you
Uh,
are correct. I also remembered an ending in which she also died, like, right there at the end. Like, she was a car was coming around the corner and something happened. I can't remember. Maybe I
I
made it
thought
up.
I thought I remembered where she jumps off the chairlift and gets stuck in a tree, and I thought she got hurt, and she isn't able to get down. Maybe it's just a different fucking movie. Also, whatever. If it's not copyright, it's our fucking movie.
It's ours now. Don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. But
But I guess happy ending for her. A man picks her up on the side of the road and is bringing her to the hospital. That's like the end conversation. He's like, "You're gonna be okay." And physically, sure. Emotionally, not so much. She's got a lot of heavy emotional trauma to sit with.
I will give
Yikes.
the movie that like there's a lot of tense moments and there's a lot of like tear jerkers a little bit in some of this movie. So like one of the saddest parts of the movie is where Parker is telling Iceman that her dog's gonna die because there's not gonna be anybody to feed it because nobody's gonna find her dog because they're not gonna know she's gone. And I'm just like, poor dog. But hey,
Also,
guys,
do
the
these
dog
people
makes
not
it.
know anybody else? These people don't
Well,
know anybody else? They have no other friend?
horror movie trope. They didn't tell
Yeah, I
anybody they
know.
were going fucking skiing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why
Yeah,
would
I
you
know.
tell somebody? Shit.
Why would you
If I
tell
was
someone you're
going
going
to,
skiing? 'Cause it's a fun thing to do?
I remember when I moved to like a big city for like the first or the second or third time, whatever, and I was going to a random bar in a different part of town that I'd never been to. I would tell a random friend, I would text a friend and be like, "Hey, I'm going to this bar in this part of fucking town.
'Cause you're smart.
Like, if I don't, if you don't hear from me in the next couple of days, whatever, yada yada yada."
Like, but they're all who, like, hot I mean, maybe there was never insinuated that they were, like, skipping class or doing something that they weren't, like, supposed to do, or was it? I don't remember.
But like in college, who's gonna, you
Yeah,
know,
like, no if you would've just been like, "Oh my god, we're gonna go try to ski this week." I don't know. Yeah, so nobody knows that they all did that weekend, which I find quite unbelievable. It's like, "What do you mean?" No one like, it's a fucking ski like, you're going skiing for a day. It's not a fucking secret.
I would have told my mom. I would have fucking been like,
Yeah,
"Hey, mom, I'm going skiing this weekend," because she wants to know what the fuck I'm doing.
yeah, and you're
She's
gonna
like,
take a cute
"Why aren't you
picture of
coming to
me and
my
my
fucking
friends
house?"
snowboarding. Like, I had a little day like, it was cute. It was a good moment. We were trying to bond, right? Like, that was
Yeah.
whatever.
You both those guys' moms would have fucking known because it's
Yeah.
just like, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with my best friend that I've known since the first grade, which they reiterate many times in the fucking
Mhm.
movie. So of course the mothers would know that they went to go hang out because they know that they'd be safe hanging out with their stupid fucking best friend. Duh, you know.
Yeah. Duh. So,
But the dog makes it because
the
Parker
dog, you
makes
guys
it.
yeah, you guys. The dog makes it because she makes it. So she got home to feed her dog.
Side note, in Hatchet 2, which is the second movie done by Adam Green, Parker makes a cameo appearance as Parker. And I guess in this movie she kind of lets everybody know that she successfully sued the ski resort because they were abandoned at the top of the mountain and they had no way to get down
Uh,
and two of their friends died. So Parker is living her best life, hopefully with some money in the bank and a very happy dog.
oh, I would like to be a lawyer in that case. Is it an easy case though? I mean, I'm like, I kinda wanna be on the ski mountain side a little bit. I kinda wanna be
I
like,
would
no, I don't. That's evil. But at the same like, it's just only going back to like, you guys got like, you paid this guy $100, he let you up. People, a lot of people weren't making great choices. Like, I'm not saying like, 2 people died. That's fucking awful, clearly. But yeah, no, you're right.
I mean it. No, no, you're
It's
completely.
bad.
It's a completely valid point. Like, is sneaking on to private property and then getting your friends killed a valid reason to dismiss a case where you're suing this person for, I guess, negligence? Like,
Pursuing the
you weren't
mountain.
supposed to, you weren't fucking supposed to be there anyway. Like, I don't know how the fucking
Oh my
the
god,
passes
Edgar,
work
they didn't the back to the beginning. Hey, you better pay your lift ticket
because then you
because this is
can't
what will
sue.
happen. But, you know, that's what I mean. That's what I said, like, I would enjoy the depths of that because you would have a lot of ways to go in and be like, "Well, you didn't even pay for a ticket." You like, obviously, that one guy that works there is getting fucking fired. You might be able to, like, bring him into that, but there was a lot of mistakes made and a lot of really unfortunate things, clearly, but, you know, she won, clearly. She's living her best life. It's not my problem. She won.
Yeah, I didn't even have to do that, but whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, they
And
didn't have
that
to tell
is
us that.
Yeah, I didn't have to tell us that. And fucking Hatchet 2, which we were all
Hatchet
dying to
too.
know.
We were all trying to know that she won her case.
In wrong turn fashion here, I am also amazed that they didn't do another version of this movie or a sequel or, Frozen 2, fucking
I'd watch it.
Icicle Diaries. I don't know, where they get stuck in a mountain again or something. Like I would it could have gone with it in so many different ways. So you could easily
I would love
something.
it to like, let's have it happen to Parker again. Let's do one of those.
Well,
It happens to her again.
that's just a Descent too, where it's just
Yes,
like
that's what
happens.
I mean. What do you do this time, Parker? It's the Descent too, you're right.
Or did we do Descent? We did Descent. We didn't do Descent
We
2,
didn't
right?
do the second one. No, we didn't. We talked a bit about the second one when we covered the first one, just 'cause, but we haven't done a full episode on the second one.
Yeah. It's just kind of fucked how I mean, in respect to the character, they were like, I'm not going back there, but she's like fucking dragged back there. So it's just like awful.
It's
Yeah.
so awful when you really think of it. You're like, that's you just this woman just experienced one of the worst traumas, like, that could probably happen. You're like, "You know what? Let's put her back in that cave."
And any
'Cause
fucking
we
decent human is just like, no. Why would you, dude? Let this chick go to the hospital. Like any fucking swinging dick cop would have been just like, I'm gonna go figure this out on my own. Like I don't like, no,
send in
100%.
a
And nobody
search
would have
team. Don't send in that fucking woman who just got out.
less than
"Oh,
24
but she
hours
knows the
ago.
cave." What? No.
Oh, we did talk. I remember now. Yeah, we did talk about. Yeah, go see that episode because I remember now.
No, that's
I
a
had
great episode
mentioned
because The
that.
Descent, the first one is fantastic. Frozen, this film, I do like. I do like it. How
No,
many
we.
what are we rating it?
I would say it is. I want to say it's 3.5 to 4 out of 5. Frostbitten hands. You know, that's
Frostbitten hand.
I. It is. I like this movie. I think it's a tense movie. I think
I like
it
it
does
too.
a lot with very little. I think it's very
Mhm,
relatable.
mhm,
It is super watchable. It is very tense. Like I forgot to
mhm.
mention that when Iceman makes it down the pole and you're just like fucking the sense of relief you must feel about getting on solid ground must feel amazing after being stuck up there. And then like after Parker is up there for what seems like another day,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
realizing that like something must have happened to him. He should have been back by now with help. Like there is no way that it would have taken him whatever amount of time it feels like. Like that is a really unsettling feeling that I
ugh,
think they fucking nailed. Just being
yeah, it
like,
is.
and it's just her looking around like, and it's just her and quiet and just like you feel time has passed and you're like, what the fuck?
And
You
also
know?
they do what the fuck? And they don't ever show it ever again, but you do have to remember that they're sitting there with the bloody guts of her fucking boyfriend right beneath them. Yes, the wolf ate him. The wolves ate him, but it's not like that just goes away.
Yeah, that would have been really easy to do just to like maybe they couldn't do it because
Yeah.
they would have had to clean it up, but, like, just, like, spray a bunch of red fucking paint on the fucking ice and let it bleed through. But also, like, I didn't from what it seems is that they ate Air Bud and then they just kinda left him there. Like, they ate his face and then just walked away when they fucking
No, they would have eaten
ugh.
his whole yeah, they're wolves. They would have eaten him.
Iceman, they looks like they fucking went to town on and fucking decimated him, ripped him
Mhm.
apart. Like Iceman looked like they had like some really like foldy skin hanging off, like really loose skin hanging off some legs. Like you're just like, yeah, look great.
And you get the wolves kinda, like, chomping on it too, and you're like, "Ugh," like, that was their breakfast. Oh, they're happy.
Happy
'Cause it also
boys.
there's no fucking way that there's wolves chilling out there when the like, resort would be open. They're like, "Oh, but it's not the weekend." Wolves don't know when the weekend is.
Fucking name of the title of the episode.
So I think that's where I was trying to land with the whole wolves things. I'm like, the
Wolves
wolves don't know
don't
what
know
fucking
when the
like, don't know that it's like, "Hey, it's the middle of the week. We can go out and play on the hill now." The wolves are there, the wolves
it's
are there.
It's always party time. Yeah. Wolves don't know when the weekend is. Also, the name of my hit debut album. Yeah. Wolves don't know when the weekend is.
What's
Also, the
the
name
name
of
of
my
our
memoir.
band?
Fucking
Wolves don't know when the weekend is.
priceless. I love it. I love it.
That was a little gem that snuck out right at the end, so I hope everyone lasted that long.
I hope everybody made it. All right. Oh wait, so what were you gonna rate it, Courtney?
Agree with you. I would do 4.5. Frostbite
I
in
yeah,
hand.
we like this movie here. We don't we if even it doesn't have many faults. Like it is a solid movie, tiny, tight, good idea that fucking works. This is that sort of really tiny genre of like, man or humans versus nature. This is basically open water or it is fucking shoot, what was it? There's just some other fucking nature movies I was fucking thinking about. Like, I had a list. I can't remember what the fuck it was. But yeah, man.
Like,
And what
the
would
point
you?
being is we've brought this
Yeah,
up quite a bit before we've actually done a full episode now. Like, we're like, we've talked about this more than once because we like it.
yeah, 100%. You know, for all of its faults, which are few and far between and dated, but it still works and it's still an enjoyable watch. So, highly recommend if you need something chilly to watch for this holiday season. We recommend Frozen 2010, which is free on Tubi right now. I think it's also on Netflix, but if you can watch it free on Tubi, fucking watch it.
You guys, we gotta really band together and support Tubi
Tubi's doing
because
great.
they're like the last streaming service that isn't fucking evil. Isn't a fucking monopoly. That I know of. That I know.
Well, all right. So yeah, so I understand where you're coming from, right? Because yes, Netflix. I still
Just
don't know if
bought
Netflix
Warner
is gonna. Well, but then I
just
heard
had
that
Time Warner.
Paramount put in a bigger bid,
Yes,
so I don't know if Paramount's gonna
I
buy
heard that too.
Netflix. But I'm like, would that be so bad?
HBO Max.
Like,
Everyone wants HBO Max. That's what it is.
yeah, wouldn't that be like? Would that be cool to watch fucking Game of Thrones on fucking Netflix again? Because I think that he was one at one point, like really back in the day. Like, would
Well,
that be
it's
so
just more
bad?
about I guess it's easier to, yes, stream things that you like, but it's more about continuity, integrity, and about they just want catalogs. They just want the catalogs that HBO owns. So Netflix can just be like, you know what? We're gonna do this character from The Sopranos origin story. And we're gonna be like, no one fucking asked for that, Netflix.
Yeah, you're right, but that wasn't even Netflix though. That was fucking. There was the HBO show, whatever the fucking Saints of I don't fucking know.
Yeah, there
Uh,
was that one for
you
the
know,
but I just use that as example. You know what? Like, they'll just take something that's an HBO catalog, like, 'cause they would own it. That's the point, is they wanna own it all.
but in Netflix's defense, I feel like they have made a lot of things that have not done well because they have tried to go the more creative route. Right? They try to go the more director driven, story driven route. And if it doesn't work, then, they kind of do away with it beforehand. Like they've taken a lot of, I think that they have taken a lot of losses more. I mean, they've been able to afford it. The whole like, is stuff going to go to theatrical release? Is it not sort of a
The death
deal?
of the
That's a,
theater,
yeah,
death
the
of the
death of the
cinema.
theater is a bigger issue, but
I think
I
Netflix
can't have
just
time
needs
to go
to
to the
pay
movies
their
anyway.
fucking employees. Start paying your goddamn employees, Netflix. But you can give Adam Sandler $1 billion. I know they didn't give Adam Sandler that much money.
That's an example right there. Fucking how many fucking Adam Sandler movies did they fucking pay for? Now, like now they would have these catalogs where they could invest in other IP that they would have the rights to that might fucking show some fucking merit, show some fucking, have something there. That would be
But it's the
fucking cool.
monopoly of it all. I don't
We already
like. But that's what I
whatever.
meant. But that's what I know. That's what I said. I'm
No,
like,
no,
Tubi probably is one as well. I just am not aware of it. You know what I mean?
you are not wrong,
Right.
but somebody's gonna own it,
It's
If
just
it's
like
like I
I
said,
don't
if
know
it's
if I
not
ever
Netflix, it's gonna fucking be Paramount,
told
and
you
then
this
somebody will buy
story,
Paramount. Yeah.
but I remember one time I was working for AMC. I was doing work for AMC marketing, and I got paid by Disney, and that's when I found out Disney owns AMC, and I was like, "What the fuck, because I got paid by Disney. And that was like
It's
a
kind of
little
cool.
really is it though? I don't know.
Are you would that have made you a Disney employee at that point?
I was freelance. I don't really know if that counts. I was working for AMC. It was an AMC job. I got paid by Disney. It was so strange. My checks were signed by Disney, is what I mean.
No, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah,
kind of cool.
but
I mean, it would be cool if they had like the
I
mouse like water stamped on
it
it.
was the first time that I really realized how much Disney owned, and it scared me. So that's why it's like when things like this happen, it's like, okay, like I don't, it's just, but I have no control over it. And of course, I understand the creative side you're coming from. Of course, we would love to see new opportunities and new stories and like, I just don't trust Netflix I just don't think they have any integrity anymore. And it's just about money. And yeah, I don't, but also is Paramount Plus any better? You know what I mean? It's not, I don't have answers.
So Paramount, Sundance owns Nickelodeon, Republic, Miramax, International, which is MTV, but I hear MTV isn't around anymore. Tunes, Teen, Nick, MTV. But it wouldn't really matter what they own. I'm just trying to figure out, like, yeah, I know Paramount's big, but I don't know what exactly they fucking a lot of cable stations. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean,
Well, just like wait, the Murdochs already own Fox. I feel like they were up to some other shady shit too.
it's
I
beyond my pay grade.
can't it's about the Murdochs are always up to shady shit, so I have nothing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, monopolies are bad, but like, if somebody's gonna own it, I would. I don't know. I always feel like Netflix is this fucking underdog that came out of nowhere and has
No, they're not an
completely
underdog
changed.
anymore though,
Well, they're not, but no, you're right. But
and they can't pay their
but
employees.
well, that's a bigger fucking issue. No, 100% pay your fucking employees. If you can pay for fucking this
That's what I
$82
mean.
billion dollars, is that what it is? $82 billion,
Give your
like
employees
pay your
benefits,
employees.
give your employees well above minimum wage. I have too many people that like recently did work for Netflix and got paid. They're like, "Oh yeah, I got like $100." I was like, "I'm sorry, you worked for Netflix? And
Pay your
you got what?" And it's like it's become so much of like this, but I did a Netflix job and I'm like, "I don't give a shit." That you say Netflix and yeah.
My childhood neighbor, he's worked on a bunch of Netflix shows down here in South Florida. And there was that show Bad Blood, Bloodlines, the fuck's it called? The one about the
Well,
family, about the
I think there's Bad Blood and Bloodlines. I think they're 2 different shows. Which one is it?
the one that takes place in South Florida
I don't know.
where oh here oh, where it's like a family and they're all older, they're all in their 40s. Um And let me see here. And yeah, it's Bloodlines. Yeah, yeah, with Ben Mendelsohn, Kyle Chandler, Linda Cardellini, and Sissy Spacek. And it's just like this family, and they all live in the Keys. One of them's a cop, and then basically Ben
Yes.
Mendelsohn's like the black sheep of the family, who's kind of like fucking up to no good, and shit ensues or whatever. Like that was a
Oh, so they
fucking
film it
really good.
there.
What happened? Who?
They film it there? That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually filmed in the Keys, and my neighbor worked on it a bunch, and he's also worked on a bunch of other, I guess, productions around that. But yeah,
What I do
100%
like Net
always pay your
look,
employees.
oh, yes. So Netflix, fucking start there. You have a lot of money. Start just being better. Start being better. You took out Blockbuster. You changed the game. Now just start paying people appropriately. I will give Netflix credit where credit is due. They do fantastic job at comedy specials. They do fantastic job at comedy specials for comedians. I do enjoy that.
Well, they just made your smut fantasy movie Frankenstein, like like that. I mean, it was Netflix money. I mean, it was prestigious director, but like,
It was
you know,
Netflix money. That's getting now because they won Oscars. Netflix wants Oscars. That's why.
I mean, you're right. Also, I mean, I love to go back and forth, but like,
I know.
you're
We could
right.
go
Like, do I
forever. We could
need
go forever.
do
But
I need a
support
fucking
Tubi is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. I support Tubi all the time. I love Tubi. I really do.
It is what we were trying to say. We were trying to say to support too, being the fucking
We got
and
lost.
100%. In other news, since we're on the topic of current events, Five Nights at Freddy's is second in the box office. Five
Yay!
Nights at Freddy's 2. So FNF, whatever the fuck, I don't know.
Friday.
2 is Five Nights at which I'm glad they're doing a second one. Like the first one was like had potential to be really good and it was almost there. So like maybe they'll hit home with the second one.
Well, they're bringing back Matthew Lillard, can't go wrong there. We love a Matthew Lillard moment.
Not to mention that the gentleman who stars in this movie,
The younger guy?
Josh Hutcherson,
Yes. Josh from Hunger
I
Games, famously.
speaks fucking Spanish and well. Like
I
he
saw
was
an interview with him just the other day, and he just seemed really fucking cool. And it was the first time I'd ever like just like himself. I was like, "Oh, that actually seems like a solid guy."
yeah, like after all the Hunger Games hoopla, he seems kind of just like I don't know, like just kind of like taking it easy a little bit.
Yeah.
But he had a whole fucking interview in fucking Spanish, and he had like either Argentinian or European Spanish accent. I can't remember because it was a lot of lispy Spanish, but fucking nailed it. And I'm like,
But
oh,
you were impressed.
yes, I was like, I mean, I kind of liked him, Anyway, I was like, all right, he didn't do a horrible job in Five Nights
No, he's
one. So I'm
fine.
like, okay. Okay. Yeah, 5 minutes. So, eventually I will watch it. I will. So we'll do a little thing on that. There is going to be another Paranormal Activity eventually, is what they're trying to do. They say James Wan is producing another one in collaboration with Blumhouse to restore the franchise
Love
and
a
its
James
legacy.
Wan joint.
Mm,
I like
I
James Wan.
mean, yeah, but
I don't know how I feel about another Paranormal Activity, but whatever.
I think
Go
some
on.
people said that the last Paranormal Activity was not bad, so I might have to watch it. There is going to be another Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, so we'll see how that goes when that hits. Let me
Scary Movie
see.
6, finally.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know if they're making another Scream movie. I
Yeah, they
don't know
are.
if they're
It's
making,
like every single fucking person's getting a cameo.
but well, because
Like,
I heard
literally
that,
every actor that's ever been in a Scream movie is going to be in it.
but I don't think they're bringing back the actress because what was her name? Barrera. What was her name? Scream 7? Was that the last one? Yeah, right.
Was it? Yeah, 7.
Yeah, because we didn't hit 8 yet. Oh no, 7 is the next one coming up in 2026. Sorry.
See,
Yeah.
no, I told you. I'm like, I know we're getting another Scream. Because they were just announcing all of the actors that were gonna be in it, which is exciting, but it got to a point where I was like, "Now it's just all that."
Yeah.
Which whatever. I will still see it. But you know what I mean when I say, like, it's just all like, "Look at that. That's from the" it's all, like, lore and Easter eggs. It's cute. I get
You
it.
Yeah, you are very right. I'm seeing a lot of previous actors that were in this fucking and they already have a poster for it. So I'm like, "Oh, and there is a
Ooh.
trailer. How the fuck did I miss this?"
I know when you said, "Are they doing another Scream movie?" I was like, "Wait, yeah, they are." I don't like, did you miss that?
Because I was reading an interview with Melissa Barrera, one of the stars of part, I guess, number 6, and she was, and how they were saying that where her story arc was going to go, and it was just like they were kind of leading up to her being the next Ghostface because she was kind of losing her mind little by little, being attacked over and over again, and how the Skeet Ulrich, by her being Skeet Ulrich's daughter, whoever that character was now, and Billy Loomis's daughter, basically, and how it was going to bleed into her psyche and she was going to fucking break and she was going to be the fucking act, which is like shitty that they let that be known because now they
Mhm.
can't bring it back. But it was kind of like where they were going with that, which would have been maybe part 7. Like, would that have been cool if Jenna Ortega had to
Yeah.
fucking fight her sister at the
Yeah.
final scene?
But now it feels like the 7th movie is just gonna be one giant cameo.
Eh,
As of right now. I could be super wrong, and I hope I am.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode.
And the happy holidays. I don't know. We will probably see you in the new year. Because if we record
Yeah,
again before 2026, that's not coming out before.
that's fair. That is fair.
That's
Yeah,
fair. Just let's be realistic. This is
happy
our holiday
holidays.
episode. Happy holidays. We hope everyone gets a break and gets rest and eats lots of delicious food and hugs your loved ones.
That's great. No notes. What Courtney
No
said.
notes. We'll see you in 2026.
Have a good night, guys. Follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It's mostly what we're mainly on. We're on Instagram and yada yada yada. You know what? You know what your pets love? Your pets love it when you leave the Wrong Turn podcast playing for them before you leave to work. They love hearing our voices, and if you could do that, that'd be great. You know, every stream helps. That's what I do for my
I should
dog.
do that at work.
That's what
I
I
should
do
just
for
stream
my
this podcast for my dogs at work and be like, "You guys listen to my voice when I'm not here."
exactly 100%. Um, And yeah, we're only on this. So not so Wrong Term Podcast, not to be confused with any other podcast called the Wrong Term Podcast, because apparently I didn't realize, but there are a few. But we are the Wrong Turn Horror Podcast,
We're
a
the most
horror movie
searched.
podcast. Oh, there you go.
We are. We're the most
There you go.
popular one.
We
There
have to
might be
be.
others, but we're the most popular one, so whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's one that's very important because it's about recovery. So
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, yeah.
that's
Which I'm like,
different. They're in a different world.
yeah, 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 yeah. Our streams do not cross. Yeah, but yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
they don't.
All right. So have a good night, guys. Take care.
Good night. Bye-bye.